guys, Miss Charlie here with a one of many collection videos. I have a lot of things in my collection I want to share with you, tell you what I have. I don't think I'm going to do any declutters or anything like that right now, but just going through the things that I have, telling you about them, and let me know if you've tried these products and your thoughts. So this is the first one in my collection video, and we're going to start with primers. And as you can see, I have quite a few, so we might as well go ahead and get this show on the road. Okay, so we have quite a few here, so I'm gonna just randomly pick them. And this one here, this is the Cover FX blurring primer. This is in my project pan for April. I'm almost done with it. Took it out. It looks like it's dry, but that's just the consistency of it. I'm gonna try and show it to you. It looks really dry. Please excuse my nails, they need to be done. It looks really dry and flaky, but then when you start messing with it, it just melts into a powder. I love this primer. It does blur. As you can kind of see this area here versus this area here. It does blur. You only need a tiny bit. I've had this for a long time and I'm trying to use it up. So this is in my project pan for April. Put it back in there. The NYX Shine Killer, I got this at TJ Maxx, and this is going to be in my project pan for May. So I have not used this one yet, and this is supposed to be mattifying. So we will see how this one works. I'll let you know later on. The Milani Prime Shield, this is also in my project pan for April. This one I'm not loving right now. It says it's mattifying, it's oil free, but I find that I am oily. At the end of the day, I have natural oils that come through, but not as much. And I am using more of a luminous foundation in my project pan for April, but I don't think it's that. I think it's this. For some reason, it's not mattifying. It's making me more oilier than I usually am. So this one I'm not really loving. I did get this also at TJ Maxx. The Wet n Wild Water Drop Primer. I really like this. This is like my third one I've had. It smells like lighter fluid. If you've ever smelled butane lighter fluid, that's what this smells like. It does not smell like cucumbers. But aside from the smell, it works great. It keeps my face hydrated. I usually use this in the winter time when, you know, that cold air sucks all the moisture out. This is great, and it's almost finished. I'm gonna put this in a project pan soon, but this is my third one, so I really recommend the water drop primers. This Touch and Soul Prime Essence, I got it in a BoxyCharm a while ago. I've been using it. Also use this in the winter time for extra hydration. It's great. I really like it. I also have the No Problem. This one is almost done. You only need a tiny bit of this. It goes a long way, and it does smooth the pores out and whatnot. And I don't get greasy with this one. But I have both of these in my collection, and this one is almost done. But I love these two Touch and Soul primers. One of my all-time favorites is this Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For. I've gone through a few of the sample sizes of these, and then I went ahead and got a full size in the 21 Days of Beauty. I believe it was last year. Again, a little goes a long way. It mattifies, it smooths. This is a great primer too. I mean, people say some people don't like primers. They don't think they do anything, but for my skin, I believe they do. And this is one of my favorites. Speaking of favorites, the Becca Evermatte. I have gone through so many of these. I've gone through like one big one and 2 or 3 of the smaller ones. And now this product is no longer available. I have a backup that I that I bought, and then I still have this one. This one is still kind of full. You only need a tiny bit of this as well. It's also very mattifying and blurring, and it also keeps my oils down. And I only use this in my T-zone. I don't use this all over my face like a regular primer because it will tend to ball up and peel on some people, and it will do the same for me. So what I usually do, just so you can see there, it's very smoothing compared to this part of my hand. What I do is I put it in my fingers, and then I warm it up with my fingers, and then I press it into my T-zone. I don't rub it, I press it into my T-zone. That keeps it from balling up. And again, a little goes a long way. This will last me, oh my God, this will last me forever. And then I have a backup. So I'm sad that this is no longer available, but I'm glad I have backups. The Lorac Perfection, got this at TJ Maxx. This is an awesome primer as well, kind of like the Becca, but this one is awesome. I can't say anything bad about it. It does mattify, it does blur, it does smooth. Wonderful primer. This BH primer, hydrating primer, I think I used this in a project pan recently. It was okay. It was nice and hydrating. Nothing special about it. I have to keep using it because I only used it for one project pan, but I got this at TJ Maxx as well. The Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer. I really like this. This will last you forever too. You see how big this tube is? And you only need a little bit, and it's wonderful and hydrating. So I have mattifying ones and I have hydrating ones. And this one is good. I need to put this in a project pan because it's almost done. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm as well. Another favorite, if the camera would focus, this is the First Aid Beauty, the Coconut Skin Primer. I've gone through about 3 or 4 of the sample size, and this came in a BoxyCharm. I was so happy to get it because this is also a favorite. It's hydrating and smoothing, great for fall and winter time. Can't say enough about this one either. The Milk Blur Stick, I've gone through a couple of these and found one at TJ Maxx, which I get a lot of things from. I really like it. It's very smoothing. If she would go up here, there we go. And I will scrape it all the way out. It's kind of like the Cover Effects one, where it looks like it's really dry, but when you put it on your skin, it just melts, and you don't need that much of it. So this is a favorite. Another favorite, Professional. Gone through so many small sizes of this. Was glad to get a big one in a BoxyCharm. Again, it's been around for a while. This is a favorite. So she's not going nowhere. This Laura Mercier one I used in a project pan. It's very nice. It's very smoothing. It's very blurring. Didn't leave me oily. It did control that. So, and I think I got this in a BoxyCharm as well. So this is another primer in my arsenal. Next, I have this Black Radiance True Complexion Primer. This is a really good primer. My best friend gave this to me a while ago when she decluttered some stuff. And this is a really good mattifying primer. And it doesn't peel up or anything like that. It's smooth. This is a good primer from the drugstore, so check out Black Radiance. This Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer, it was all right. I got this from the Dollar Tree. Got a lot of stuff from the Dollar Tree. A lot of their setting sprays. But this primer, it was all right. It's a little, right now it's a little separated. See that? It's separated a little bit. I have to squeeze it a bit, but it's like a serum, which would make it, really, hydrating. Has a nice smell to it. It says it's oil-free, silicone-free. It doesn't feel silicone. It feels just like a serum that you're putting on. It's supposed to minimize pores. It did really well. I used this in the winter when it was colder. So right now I'm using more mattifying things for the spring and summer, but this was a good one to use in the winter. This Georgette Clinger, got this in a BoxyCharm as well. This was okay. Again, it was nice and hydrating. Worked well. I did put this in a project pan a few months ago when it was colder. So more hydrating things in the fall and the winter, and then more mattifying things through the spring and the summer. So this did just fine. Enjoyed it. And then lastly, I just got this one in a BoxyCharm drop shop. I think I got this for like $9 from Cover FX. The gripping. I've tried a sample of this a while ago and they changed the packaging on these. I did like it when I had the sample. I also tried a sample of the Milk Hydro Grip, but I like this one better. So I was glad to get it on a good sale of like between $9 to $6. So this I will keep you informed on. I haven't tried it in a while. Hopefully they haven't changed the formula, but from what I remember, I really enjoyed it. Speaking of the hard candy primers, I almost forgot about this one. Got this from the dollar store. This is their Hydrating Primer Mist. I used this in a project pan a few months ago. It's halfway gone. It did just fine. I put it on before makeup, before I put on my moisturizer and whatnot. It worked just fine. So if you can find this, this is a good alternative. If you can find it at the Dollar Tree, $1.25 Tree, that's good. If you can find it at Walmart, because I know Walmart sells hard candy, but I don't know if they sell, these anymore. But this was a really good primer. All right, so these are all my primers that I currently have in my collection. If you hear that noise, sorry, it's the cat. She's playing with her little toy. But these are the ones that I have. Way too many, but there are some for different times of the year, especially for my skin. In the winter and fall, my skin is not as oily. My oils come through, but not as much as they do in the spring and the summer. So I have mattifying ones and I have hydrating ones. A couple of these are new that just came into my collection that I've put in project pans, and then some of them are older favorites that are not going anywhere that I'm glad I have. Let me know if you have used any of these primers and your thoughts, and any primers you think I should try. But I do thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Like, share, and subscribe. And you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.